happy Sunday. How was your weekend?
Weekend is still here.
So meet Imtiaz and his two kids, Sarah and Adam, and our beautiful Bhabhi. Yeah. So and Bhabhi, these are the days of Ramadan. So how is it different? Like how these days are different to the rest of the days in the year? Would you share some thoughts about? Yeah.
It's different in the sense that usually we spend together, breakfast.
Yeah.
This time we cannot do it, so we are trying to catch up, whatever we can. And just obviously he eats before the sunrise and after the sunset. So it's very different. We cannot kind of spend the same time that we have, as a family. We're trying, especially in the evening, the Iftar we are having together as a family dinner, and trying to him as much as we can.
Yeah, and like people would be really interested to understand the significance of Ramadan fasting in Islam. So these 40 days, how do you organize your day?
There's a couple of different aspects to it. Like there's one is that the physical aspect, this fasting itself, but then there's historically, Ramadan is because the Quran was completed in Ramadan. So this, and after that, after Ramadan, the Muslims, the biggest celebration of the year, which is called Eid al-Fitr. So Eid is straight after Ramadan. So this is of course, it's a happy time for Muslims, and spiritually, there's a lot of there's a lot of how we call rewards for any of the prayers you do, any of the good deeds you do in Ramadan. Your reward is much greater as compared to the rest of the year. So everybody, they try to kind of donate as much as they can, pray a lot, do different prayers, reading Quran, this and that. So this is for majority of the people, I seen people who wouldn't pray normally throughout the year, but I seen them praying in Ramadan. So this kind of shows that spiritually a lot of people they would turn towards religion and God, especially in Ramadan. But that's one thing, and the other is the physical part of it, which is let's say in the modern science would call it intermittent fasting as well. And everyone knows the benefits. It helps you lose weight, get in shape, gets your time, your body gets time to recover, helps with the blood cholesterol, this and that. So I'm not going to go into much details about that.
But I remember last time when I was there with you, Sarah, you remember you made very beautiful cakes for us. They were so delicious, colorful rainbow cakes she made for us. And I was there during the Ramadan time last year with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember, you came over for Iftar with your friend.
Iftar. Yes. So tell us, just talk a little bit about Iftar and what's the time of, how do you eat, and what time you should a person who is fasting must be eating, and then we'll talk about that time when I came for with a friend for Iftar. Yeah, let's talk about Iftar. Yeah, Sarah, you want to talk about Iftar? Yeah.
Say something.
Yeah.
Is where you eat. You can eat anything during Ramadan.
Yeah, after the fasting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. So you're not allowed to eat or drink until from sunset, before sunset. Before sunrise until sunset. So it depends, in the country to country, that, and then again, if it's because it's based on the lunar calendar, so every year it moves. So it's not it wouldn't be always in the summertime or in winter. It moves roughly around 10-15 days every year. So sometime it would be, now it is coming towards the towards winter a little bit. but before it was in summer, and of course summer in Ireland, very long days. So it was fasting duration was about 19 hours. A couple of years, like no 2-3 years ago, it was about 19 hours. Now it's I think it was 16 hours or something. So it's like it's changing, and then when it will be winter, winters are very days are very short. So of course it's going to be shrinking as well.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, for iftar we do a lot of generally we do a lot of prep, and we go what you call it, the traditional pakoras, and everybody, the onion bhajis, probably the people who don't know what pakoras are, like probably they know onion bhajis. This is a kind of must for iftar table, and samosas, and of course the fruit chart, which is the fruit salad
with our tangy masala or spice.
Yeah. So I try to kind of keep it a bit lighter, because of course you don't want to be stuffing yourself in the evening too much, and then you have to go to sleep afterwards. So
I recall of two grand dinners we had. When the first dinner was when I first met Bhabhi in your house in Dublin 1. That when everybody got together, we had lots of parathas and I find it that I really miss this moment, that when everybody gets together and you don't know people, but you get together over food, and how warm it is, how people connect with each other. That's a very strong bonding we form. And the same I felt when I brought Ibrahim with me during the last iftar. So it just kind of how should I say? So when people get together over iftar, they bond very well, and they spirit connect so well. That's another, I think, the beautiful significance of it.
Oh yeah. During the Ramadan, we usually, even today, we're having two families coming over, so it's gonna be a big table. And after this call, I'm going to get some shopping and start cooking, because there will be two families coming over, so we're gonna have a lot of people. And this is of course that it is that aspect as well, that of course that during Ramadan you invite your friends, your families, extended families, extended friends, and actually Middle East, what they do, the Arabs, what they do is they will put a tent outside their house, and there will be iftars for anybody and everybody, literally anybody can just walk in there. So this is their tradition. And so of course we don't want to, nobody likes to break fast on their own, so we just get together and break fast with other people. So in Pakistan, in different countries, there's this, it's a tradition that that even in Ireland, actually I used to go in masjid, in the mosque, and where the literally hundreds of people would get together and break fast together.
So yeah, you know what, I was going to ask you this question, that how fasting or celebrating Ramadan or Eid festival is different in Ireland in comparison to Pakistan or in Arab countries. Yeah, I was curious.
Of course,
well, obviously the family, because you have family, and they
this family is an event, for as for Christians, let's say for Christmas, everybody likes to be together with their family. So for us, of course, we want to be with our families as well, but unfortunately the life we have chosen, we especially miss our families during this kind of events. It's short, back home it kind of goes on for days, that excitement, the happiness, because of course everybody's celebrating. Here you're you're in a very small minority, so but still here the Muslim communities, they would arrange different events, Eid festivals around the city, so where people can go and have different activities.
And now you are an entrepreneur. I should tell people about it, because now you're an entrepreneur. You are now running the pizza baker at Pearse Street, Dublin. So, and this fast goes on for 40 days, right? It's a very huge commitment. And your work, entrepreneur, you're working 70 hours a week or maybe more. So how are you planning to, how do you feel when it comes to like, how do you organize your schedule?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. In one word, it is difficult. Because of course, you're around food all day, and
Yeah.
when food is made, like nice pizza smell, and, but that's the spiritual aspect, where you have to kind of like, the Ramadan, it teaches you the self-control, because of course I can literally eat, nobody's watching me. I can go in the canteen and just sit there and nobody's watching me. I can do it, but I don't do it, and I just like, let's say everything is in front of me, and I'm just like kind of controlling myself, stopping myself from eating. So this is one aspect as well. Like, it teaches you the self-control, and then the bonding with God in a way that you
something to sacrifice.
Yeah, something like, let's say, and also, actually, personally, I feel it, that we take so many things for granted. Just like water, simple. Just like water, we have it every day. We have it all the time. I have an who's looking at me, interested just to know what is happening.
Daddy's talking. What Daddy's doing here?
So like water, we have it all the time. We have it, we can drink as much as we want, anytime we want. But when we don't have it, during fasting time, we don't have it for the whole day. And in the evening when I drink it, my God, I tell you, like, it just feels next level. Like, you appreciate that, like, this thing that we have it taken for granted, this thing, even like only a few hours of not drinking it, you start appreciating that, like, little things that, wow, this, like, this is a blessing that we have it all the time, and we never appreciate those things. So of course, with the food as well, then when you eat it after fasting whole day, you appreciate, and then you feel the hunger. One aspect of the fasting is that you feel the pain, like, the people, this billions of people around the world, they can't afford two meals per day. So you feel like, how they're feeling. So of course, then there's a mandatory charity in Ramadan as well. Before the end of Ramadan, everybody who is capable, have means, they have to give the charity. So there's a lot of, like, there's that charity aspect as well, and all that money goes towards the people who are less fortunate.
Beautiful. And in general as well, fasting is so significant because, as you've mentioned, that fasting day, but during fasting days, it makes us realize the importance of a lot of things that we take for granted. So when I came back from India, because our parents, they fast a lot, on every different day they have different fasts. So I decided that now I'm gonna start keeping fast as well, like 2 days a week. For Monday or Saturday, I'll fast. So I just started on Monday, and it was I was able to fast from 8 till 6 in the evening, and literally so hungry, but I sustained on water. But I know that in Ramadan people don't even drink water. So I was on water, but still, like, there were so many things around me. I ended up nibbling a few things, and I regret it because you have food around you. And literally, I ended up munching on some unconsciously, and then I really regret it. I realized that how much used to we are, on munching food. So from my experience, I felt that, this is such a, you have to improve on that. And at that point, I realized the power of self-control on just one day. That it helps you build that self-control and help you realize the importance of a lot of things, and help you.
There's like, even the people who are smoking, chain smokers, they just smoking during Ramadan. Like, let's say not all together, but during the fasting, like, you're not allowed to smoke, so they wouldn't smoke all day. So you can see the, like, the kind of the dedications, that people have. We got to connect on the, I think it's the fourth day today. Ramadan. Of course, we had to touch it briefly. Oh, I think we forgot the introductions.
Oh yes, please, yes, let's do the introductions.
Yeah.
Imtiaz,
So,
go for it. Yeah. Why? So, how do we do the introductions?
You're the host.
Sorry. So,
I would say
yeah.
I was living in Dublin, Ireland for about 15 years now, and came here as a student, and then never planned to live here, but the life started developing, and before we know it, just like 15 years later, I have my family here, my beautiful wife Magda, who's from Poland.
Multicultural family. Your family is a diverse and cultural. Yeah, multicultural. That's how we say. Obviously, Poland. When Poland meets Pakistan and Ireland, or how do I say?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We met. We met very long, like
long time ago.
Almost 11 years now.
Yeah.
This year is gonna be 11 years. We are married, so.
And like in our circle, we call you the couple made in heaven. We're gonna call it other times. Yeah,
wow.
A couple made in heaven. You guys just came to Ireland. You just met here, and since that day, you are together. This.
Yeah, it's just like I'm from I'm from a small village in Pakistan, and she is like in Poland, small town in Poland. And we from two different parts of the world. We came in Ireland, we met together, and we have family now. It's how amazing that is.
Yeah,
it's
celebrating our differences. That's for sure.
Beautiful. And Bhabhi, can I ask you? So you have had a couple of trips to Pakistan. Tell us in short, like two or three sentences about your, in brief, about your experience being in Pakistan, meeting Imtiaz's family and mommy, and yeah.
Well, it's definitely different environment, from Ireland or from Poland. I've been there twice. Once before, right after our marriage, and then second time with our older daughter Sarah. It's very welcoming. So the moment that I stepped there, I was so much welcomed, and you're never alone. Like you have all the help that you can get, which I embraced as well. I really liked. Whenever we go there, we're not dressed as a Westerners. We always dress traditionally, and that helps. In the weather as well, because wearing jeans in 40 degrees is not feasible. So you have to embrace what people have developed through centuries, the way of clothing or eating. It's really different. The environment capes are beautiful. So there is a lot to I'm still looking forward for more. To go and travel around, because we haven't traveled much. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, to keep coming there and visit more and places there.
Very nice, so beautifully said. And now let's get back to the introduction. I know we missed out an introduction. We need to know the journey from corporate world to an entrepreneur. Come on, Imtiaz. Yeah.
Long journey started many moons ago as a student, doing part-time jobs here and there, and then went to the corporate world for a big company for I think about 8 years. 8 years, and then now this is just a kind of side hustle for the moment, and we'll see how it goes. Job is always an option, honestly. Job is not a problem. Job is always an option, but I want to do something different. Want to do something for basically for this lady here.
Yeah.
So she take over when it's a little bit big. Then this lady will take over the business.
Yeah, a businesswoman title. Yeah.
I don't know if that came out wrong, but.
Wow. So guys, I want to tell you that Imtiaz, who is and his family, who is our beloved family, and they are our beloved friends, and they have opened up the pizza baker in Pier Street. Try the pizza out, and share the feedback and help grow the business, help support the business. Yeah. Super. And yeah, it was a wonderful conversation. And I think it's better to have an intro in the end because most of the people try to plan the intro in the beginning, so it becomes like step by step process. But it's good to let the curiosity for the end, So let's talk about Sarah once. So she's your first child, right? And so her hobbies. I know, like last time when I met you first, we were talking about how creative Sarah is, and so many different recording that you guys me of Sarah doing some really interesting things, talking about really intellectual stuff. So yeah, so what hobbies does she have? And yeah,
at the moment, like no, she really likes swimming. So she goes here in the National Aquatic Center. She goes for swimming. You remember? Well, you've been with her, like how much she doesn't want to come out of the water. Yeah. So
drawing.
Yeah, now she's been, I think, going there for over 2 years now, isn't it? Yeah, she's pretty good swimmer now.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah, so now she can enjoy the swim with you as well. Yeah, she was practicing on me all the time, so I decided that okay, maybe let's get you into the professional world.
And languages, So Sarah, so you speak Hindi, probably a bit of Urdu, and then there is English, and there is Polish, and probably other languages in the house. So is she interested in how many languages she can pick up now?
She's very, very fluent in Polish and in English, of course, but Urdu, I can understand a few things, a few words, sentences. Yeah, it's like not. Yeah, there is, and then nowadays, like in Gaelic and in Irish, like now she can sing different songs and because of course as part of their curriculum, they are covering that way.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the beauty of a couple coming from different cultures, different countries and backgrounds, and creating such a beautiful child who is so diverse, who is so so diverse, and I do.
Yeah,
the joy of it, that's the joy of it. It's important if you come from two different backgrounds, just own kind of your own home, your own traditions, your own things that you love the most, and try to get the other person to be interested in this, each other's cultures and in each other's lives, each other's history, really. Then it works for us.
I think that's another podcast to do, that when two people from different cultures come together, what the challenges do they go through initially, and how do they create a successful family like you? So you're a signature family.
Rocky road. It was a rocky road, but it worked out.
Yeah, fantastically, incredibly.
We can do another podcast about that. There's a lot
to talk about that. Super. Okie dokie. So I think we covered it all. It was wonderful. And wrap it up now. And we'll certainly meet very, very soon. Love you.
Thank you. It was good talking to you. Take care.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Meet Adam soon.
Bye.
Bye.